Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. What we have here today is my KTM 790. Just added some signal lights to it. Took off my old ones, which were quite bulky, but these are my new ones. The problem with these, nothing wrong with the lights, but they're LEDs. And North American 790s had the incandescent signal lamps. And when you convert from incandescent to LEDs, because LEDs draw less current, you have to add a resistor. So I've got one here. You have to add a resistor in parallel to your connectors, so that it draws the same amount of current as incandescent. If you don't do that, apparently the lights flicker faster or they blink faster. And I couldn't seem to find the flasher. Otherwise, I could just replace the flasher, but I couldn't seem to find that. So in the interim, I'm just going to add this resistor in parallel to my existing circuit, and then and see what happens. Yeah, so let's do that. Another thing I'm doing is walk around here. Just looking at the front here, I've added the same signal lamps to the front. The LED connectors are bullet type, and I've had to make a conversion from the bullet type to this type. So what I did is I just cut off the connectors from the original lamp, and then just added the bullet connectors to that connector. Look like that. And that way I can just kind of plug these in here, plug it in there, and that's a done deal. Taking my incandescent signal lamp and cutting off the end, just like that, because I wanted the end piece to connect to my bike, and I couldn't find any of these connectors. So what I ended up doing is, because my new LED lights have bullet connectors, I put on these connectors, the bullet connector females, on all 4 signal lights. And you can get these connectors from China for, this whole box I think cost me $10. I'll put a link to in the description in this video. But this is what we have. We have the connectors with bullet connectors on the end, and hopefully these will work on the bike. So let's go back to the garage and check it out. Okay. So these are the lights, and you can see they have bullet connectors on them. And so what I'm hoping to do is plug into the bullet connectors from my signal lights, and then go back into the connectors from the KTM. And when you're converting from an incandescent lamp to an LED, what happens is there's a current change in that power output. LEDs draw less current than incandescents, and so the flasher that's used to drive the blinking of the lights changes to a faster frequency because they're not pulling as much current. So they recommend you add a parallel resistor to the circuit, and I've got one somewhere. I'll find that somewhere around here. Okay, here it is. So I bought this off of Amazon. It's a, I believe it's a 10 ohm resistor, 12 volt. And it's already got the connectors, the bullet connectors divided, so I can add the resistor in parallel to my existing light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the resistor to the right side, and I'm not going to add the resistor to the left side, and I'm going to see what the difference is in the flashing frequency of the rear signal lights. All right, let's see if I can do this. Okay. So I've added that, which I shouldn't have because I'm going to add the resistor on this side. And these bullet connectors, they're really hard to get out. Ugh. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to add the resistor in parallel, so that would go here. And this is black to black, I guess. Black to black. Red to brown, I think. I'll add my signal light. Black to black. Yellow to red. I don't know. I think that's right. I'm not going to add a resistor to the left side. So I'm just going to add black to black. I'm just going to add the lights directly to the connector on the bike. And that would be this one. Okay, they're all connected, hopefully. So I've got the LED, or the resistor on the right side. No resistor on the left. And now let's see what happens here. Okay, flash. Well, that didn't work. Neither one are working. Okay, let's turn this off. I've probably got the connectors reversed. See, this is why I record this, so you guys can learn from my mistakes. So black doesn't go to black, black goes to yellow. Okay, that makes it simple. Okay, black and yellow. And yellow will go to black on this side, I guess. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. Okay, that's no resistor on the left side. And she's flashing pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check the one on the right. Oh, it started off slow and then it started going fast again. That's much faster actually than the other side. Let's try that, see what that looks like again. Yeah, the right side with the resistor seems to be flashing faster. Okay, well, that's interesting. So I've got one other resistor I can attach down here. Now these are 50 watt 6 ohm resistors. So let me try one of those and see what happens. I think what I'll do is not add the resistors, because I'm just looking at the blinking pattern right now, and that's not bad. That's without the resistors in parallel to the LED circuit. I think they're blinking. I think they're blinking just fine. So I'm not going to add the resistor in parallel. I'm just going to keep them as is and see how that works out. And they're not getting warm, so I'm thinking I'll just keep them as is and keep all the wiring. You know, I don't need this anymore, so I'll keep all the wiring really simple. See what happens.